Welcome back to part 2 of our job system tutorial. What I want to happen in this map or this video is I want to make it so instead of having each class reset your character's level each time you switch from one to the other, I want to have our main level, so our overall experience, and then I want, let's say, each job to have its own experience. So, how am I going to do that? Well, this is going to take a little bit of thinking. Okay. One way we can do this is I'm going to create a state. I'm going to rename this 01. I'm going to name this attacked. Okay. And I'm going to give it no icon. Indicates the unit that was attacked. Indicates. The duration, we'll just make it 2 turns. This is going to be a state just like we did all the other ones. -1. Get rid of any animations. We don't want anyone to know this is actually even happening. Kind of like our hidden unit from that previous map. Okay, so we have a state called attacked. Now I'm now going to go to our weapons. Optional state is going to be attacked. It's going to work 100% of the time on everything. Every single weapon in the game will have this. Whoops. Let's kill state. Okay. So now I'm going to create a map common event, just like Icicle. We're going to rename this attacked. We're going to bring this to the very top because this is going to be an important one. This is going to happen if an enemy has attacked. Therefore, if we have inflicted attack on the enemy somehow, this is going to happen. Attacked. It's going to happen to unit. We're going to store it as unit ID 2. And we're going to decrease it immediately, ignoring the UI. And it's going to be free. Okay. We want our unit IDs and X2, and we'll get rid of this. Now we want to get, new. We are going to store variables. We have level is going to be stored. Set to unit ID 1 level. Excuse me. Just had some chicken soup. E level is going to be set to unit ID 2. I'm going to hit OK there. In a video that I ended up canceling, I will make it at a future time, but I created a script for getting experience. And we will take this one, copy to another map, and bookmark. Okay. Sorry, just grabbing that real fast. And this will allow us to run through this somewhat quickly. I want to grab this down to here. And this will go under attacked. So, I'm going to change this big E level to this one. This big E level to this one. I will run through what all this does in a second. I just used the wrong variable when I initially made it, so I'm trying to clean this up a little bit. Okay, let's go to our variables. I got rid of E level. So under my second tab, I created 3 variables right here. Kill 1. I'm not sure if I even used that, but we have EXP and EXPX. And somewhere I should have made positive and negative. Oh, those are switches. I also made switches, global switches called positive and negative. Okay. Let's go back. Go back to attacked. Now, when we are an enemy is attacked, we're going to trigger. We're going to find who did the attacking and what enemy was attacked. From there, we're going to grab the levels of each unit. Now, if the enemy level is greater than the attacker's level, we will turn on the switch positive. If the enemy's level is less than the attacker's level, we will turn on the switch negative. Now we want to come up with some kind of, this is the equation for experience that we will be using. Enemy level. If the enemy level is higher than the attacker's level, that means positive is on, and we will subtract the enemy level by our level. So if they are 10, we subtract, and we are 8, we will subtract 10 by 8, and we will be left with 2. Now, the next condition is we want to know, did the unit die when they were attacked? I wonder if that's going to work here. That should. So unit ID 2, if they died, we are going to multiply the level difference by 8. If they are still alive, we're only going to multiply the level difference by 4. This isn't the exact equation the game uses, but there is a way to modify it. I still got to figure out if I can make a plugin that allows us to change it. But as of right now, I'm just going to use these numbers as examples. If you find out the real equation, it works like this. This is how attacking in the game does work. It's just multiplied by maybe different numbers. Okay, so if it's positive, the unit died, we're going to multiply the level by 8. If they're still alive, we're only going to multiply it by 4. I feel like I'm missing one other part. We'll get there, though. Okay, so after we multiply, we are going to add that value that we multiplied to experience. And that is the thing I am missing. If I go to it was unit events, which I then copied over to bookmark. I need a copy right here. EXP30 and EXP8. We're going to go to map common events and go back here. Up here I needed to just pop here. If the unit died, you start experience at 30. If the unit is still alive, you start experience at 8. Okay. So, for example, if they died, you start the experience at 30. If the enemy died and they were a higher level, let's say they were 2 levels higher, we're going to multiply the 2 by 8. That gives you 16. And then this is going to add it to 30. And you'll get 46 experience. If they were a lower level than you, let's say you were level 7, they were level 6, they are 1 level lower, so, and they died, we would start at 30 and subtract 1 level, which is multiplied by 4. So I'm sorry, if they didn't die and they were a higher level by 1 level, you would add 4 to the 8 because you did not kill them. So it would start at 8 and you would add the 4 and then we would get 12 experience. And this other way is just if they were a lower level, it just uses different numbers. So down here, this is just giving the unit the experience. Okay? Let's see how this works and if I actually got it to work properly. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing and you're able to follow. You could just kind of run down that line and hopefully follow the logic. Oops, not new game, map test. So let's see how this works. This dude is level 1, so it's equal. I'm level 1. And I attack. I got 8 experience, and then my other formula gave me 8 experience. Oh, okay. So if you want to do this the wrong way, which is the way I do it right now because I don't know how to use a plugin or write my own plugin, you could pretend this is in your game. We would go to script, singleton, and then calculator, right click and open with notepad. And in here is where everything gets calculated, or many things get calculated. And I can kind of just Control F in here. Control F. Control V. Control F. So here's one of the examples of where experience is calculated. You could turn this all to 0. For example, you can see right here, level is equal to the passive minus the active level. And then here, it multiplies it by 4. And it starts you with base experience. So you can see 8 right here. So for 8, you can make that 0. You can make it multiply by 0, and then you would only get 0. Now there should be a 30 somewhere. I guess not. But somewhere in here, you could just turn it all off to 0. There should be a starting. What are the other ones? Base experience. Let me see if I can find where this is. You should not technically use this because you want to use a plugin. And I already have base experience set to this. Normally it's 5, I believe. But every time the game, the RPG Studio, SRPG Studio gets updated, all this gets resaved, and anything you change in here will get deleted. So that's why I say it's the wrong way. But if we just make this formula equal to whatever formula you want, we can then use it instead of giving us experience. We could instead change variable. O1 JP. And experience. We can do it for both. And we can set that to EXPX or add. We're going to add. I want to do it the other way. Oh yeah, this is the right way. We're going to add variable. I just gotta remember where I put it. EXPX. Oh, maybe it's just EXP. Sorry. We're going to add. We're going to copy and paste that. That's for the job points. We are now also going to increase that job's experience by the same amount. Okay? Let's get rid of that part. Now let's see if these actually store properly. And this should only happen if the unit is a squire. And also if it has to be Isaac as well. So if he's a class as, not a squire, swordsman. Sorry, thinking the wrong game. If Isaac is a swordsman. And unit ID 1 how can I do this? I want to say I need to make sure unit ID 1 is also Isaac. Unit ID or Isaac's. How can I make that second part true? If Isaac is a swordsman, what is Isaac's unit ID? 0. And unit ID 1. I'm going to get rid of the unit. I'm going to change it to a variable. Unit ID 1 is equal to 0. Because that is Isaac's unit ID. Unit ID 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for warrior, except change this to 2. 2 experience. 2 JP. This is if he is a warrior. Nope, I don't want it as a swordsman and a warrior. Just a warrior. I'll do a third. 3 EXP. 01. 03 JP. And that is if he is a knight. Okay. So if he attacks, he should put this on the enemy, which will trigger this action, and he should get experience. Let's see what the numbers actually are in the singleton calculator real fast. Let's go. Hit OK. Run a save. Tutorial. Script. Singleton and singleton calculator. Open with Notepad. I believe it starts from 30 and 8. Let's see if I can just Control F. That's the wrong spot. But I should be close. Open with Notepad. Right here. So for the 8 part, I think you just multiply by 1. So if they're alive, you just multiply by 1. Alive, multiply by 1. Now, if the level is bigger than the opponent, increase by 4. if the level if the enemy level, how does it do it? If his level is 2, which is 1 higher than mine, and I attack him, how much experience do I get? Of course, 6. Okay. His level was higher, it went down by 2. So we're going to go to the negative part and where they're alive. Oh wait, why did it go down by 2? Base experience is 8. If opponent cannot be beaten, add the level difference. Should be 1, not 2. Was there? He's level 2. Isaac is level 1. Why isn't it 7? Oh, there's 9. 1 second. Sorry, that's just a pharmacy calling saying my medicine's ready. So we got 9 there. They are higher level, so it went up by 1. I guess the miss was because base experience is 5. Okay. Now, if I am level 3, how much does it go down by? Nope, I one hit him. Didn't want that. Should just go down by 1, so I should be at 7. Of course I miss. 7, okay. Let's go back in here. And where was I? Attacked. Okay. So yeah, 1 and 1. Now if I kill him, I'm 1 level higher. Of course. So I get that 100, and then I get 28. So it went down by 2. Now if I make him 1 level higher than me, it should go up by 4. Should get 34. And if I can hit this guy, 34, good. So now we come down here. If it's going down, it's going to go down by 2. And if it goes up by 4. So now our JP and job experience should be going up exactly the same amount as the experience we get in this battle. I'm starting at 0. I'm going to miss, of course. And miss again. Oh, maybe not. I need to get rid of that 100. Get rid of dead. So random in this game isn't really random because I'm going to miss again. Or not. Okay, maybe it is random. So we got 34 experience. He has 34 experience. Now let's check our variables. And it did not go up by 34. Why did that not happen? Maybe since they died, they never actually received the state. Well, I'm going to stop that one here. So next one we will see if we can solve this problem.